Hi guys, today we're going to be starting on lesson 21 for second grade math. So our first topic is comparing numbers, but this time we're going to be doing more numbers with like hundreds in them. So let's start with our first example, number 1. We have 803 and 101. Just 100. So what we're going to do is we're going to compare, but from like the first number we see, first digit. So we have an 8 here and a 1 here. So we know that 8 is more than 1. If you showed this number in like the tens blocks, you'd have more 100 blocks for the 803 than the 100 blocks you have for 100, because you would have 800 blocks for here and 100 blocks for here. Sorry, that was kind of confusing, but 8 is more than 1, so we have more hundreds in the left side than we have on the right side, so the number on the left side is bigger, the 803. And then number 3, we have 127 and 29. Same thing, we're going to be comparing. So we have a 1 here, which is the hundreds place, and here we have no hundreds place. So that just means we have a 0 in the hundreds place. We have 0 hundreds. So we have a 1 here and a 0 here. We know that 1 is bigger than 0. So we know that 127 is greater than 29. Let's try number 6. We have 25 plus 36 on the left side, 61 on the right side. So we'll add 25 plus 36. We have 5 plus 6 equals 11. We'll regroup. 1 plus 2 equals 3. 3 plus 3 equals 6. So this right here is 61. Now 61 and 61 are the exact same number, so we're going to be using the equal sign. And now number 7, we have 306 and 308. So again, let's start by comparing the digits in each place. We have a 3 in the hundreds place, a 3 in the hundreds place are the same. So move on to the next place, which is the tens place. We have a 0 here, a 0 here, again they're the same. So let's move on to the ones place. We have a 6 here, and an 8 here. We know that 8 is more than 6. So we'll have the symbol facing open towards the bigger number. So it shows that 306 is less than 308. So that's all we have for our comparing numbers worksheet. Move on to our second page. We have subtraction, but now we're doing it with like 3-digit numbers. So let's try our first example. We have number 4, 472 minus 51. So we're just going to do this like a normal subtraction question, always remembering to start from the ones place. So we have 2 minus 1, which equals 1. And then in tens place right here we have 1. And we have the tens place, we have 7 minus 5, which equals 2. And then we have a 4. There's nothing under, so we'll just bring the 4 down. So 472 minus 51 is 421. Now let's try number 6. We have 124 minus 35. So what we're going to do is we're going to be regrouping. But since we can't do 4 minus 5, we'll have to regroup. Take a 10 from the tens place and make the 4 a 14. So now we have 14 minus 5, which is 9. And now we have 1 minus 3 in the tens place. But since we can't do that, we're going to have to regroup again. So we'll take a 100, which becomes 0. Now this 1 becomes 11. 11 minus 3 equals 8. And then we'll just bring them to 0. So a 0 in front of that doesn't really have any significance, so we just have 124 minus 35 equals 89. So you don't really need to write this 0. Let's do number 5. Now we have 720 minus 7. Same thing, we're going to be starting with our ones place right here, 0 minus 7. But again, we can't do this, so we're going to have to regroup again. So this 2 becomes a 1, and then this 0 becomes a 10. 10 minus 7 equals 3. And then 1 minus nothing, we're going to just bring that 1 down. 7 minus nothing, we're going to bring that down. So 720 minus 7 equals 713. So that is how you subtract using 3-digit numbers. It's essentially the same thing as just 2-digit numbers, just a little bit more regrouping to do. Now we'll do fact families. We're going to do number 5. So we have 88, 48, and 40 in this triangle, and we're going to use that to make 4 different equations or number sentences. So let's look at the triangle. The numbers at the bottom of the triangle are going to be our add-ins for the first 2. So we're going to move the 40 right here, and we'll put the 40 right here, and then the sum right here. So 48 plus 40 equals 88. You can check that by trying that on your own, making sure it makes sense. 8 plus 0 equals 8, 4 plus 4 equals 8. Yes, so 48 plus 40 equals 88. Now another way you can write this is by switching up the add-ins. So we can start with 40 instead of 48 this time. And then equals 88. So we switched up the order of the numbers, but we still got the same answer. We got 88. Now to do the subtraction part right here, see if you have to notice the subtraction sign. The first ones are, addition signs right here. So for the subtraction ones, you're going to take this big number at the top and put them in the front. You know, in the addition ones, they were at the back. Now they're going to be in the front right here, like 88 minus, and then we'll choose one of these numbers. We'll put 88 minus 48 equals 40. Remember, we're only going to be using the same 3 numbers in this triangle and just moving around the order to make a number sentence that makes sense, but is different from the ones that we wrote before. So again, this one, we're just going to change up the order. So now it's going to be 88 minus 40 instead of 48. And then that equals 48. So if you look, each question has 3 different colors of 48, 48, 88. So we're just switching up the order to make different number sentences. Now let's do word problems. Number 3, we have Nina sets her alarm for 7:30 in the morning and gets out of bed 10 minutes after her alarm rings. What time did Nina get out of bed? So she sets her alarm for 7:30 in the morning. So 7:30, half past is 30 minutes, right? Because an entire hour is 60. So let's draw a clock. We'll use the spacer here. Put it 12, 3, 6, 9, 1, 2, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we have our clock right here. It's a little messy, but you can see the numbers. So she sets her alarm for 7:30. So we know that the hour hand is going to be pointing at the 7. And the minute hand depends on this half past part. So we've gone over this before, but this would be 7 o'clock. And this would be 7:30 because we moved past half of the clock. We haven't gone in full rotation yet. We went half past the clock. So this 7:30 is 7:30. And then she gets out of bed 10 minutes after her alarm rings. So 7:30 and then 10 minutes. Okay, this is 10. So she gets out of bed 10 minutes after her alarm rings. We're going to have to add it to the time to see what time she got out of bed. So let's add the minute sign right here. 0 plus 0 equals 0, 3 plus 1 equals 4. And then the hours, we'll just bring this down, 7:40. So Nina got out of bed at 7:40 in the morning. So that is how you do these questions. I hope this was helpful for you. And thank you for watching.